Hi all, so I'm just doing a bunch of Roundup for Arc System fighters in general, so we've got quite a lot of them recently and updates. I did do a video on Granblue Fantasy versus Rising. It's now free to play, works completely fine online. I've got an online match up here as well. Just adds new characters, new stages, and like a Fall Guys mode, and the lobby mode is like cranked up to 11 as well now. They all still have the same issue with the UI, so the videos I posted to Tekken recently have like a perfect UI. But all the Arc System work fighting games all have the same kind of issue with the UI, so if they like anyone comes with a fix for them or a plugin, they should hopefully propagate to all the other ones, although it might be slightly different between them, but they're all kind of like, you can't really see the UI bars. They're still very playable. I still had a lot of fun and I've played them for a long time. So if you know what you're doing, you really don't need to look at the UI too much, because you can use like audio cues and things. Sometimes it looks a little bit awkward, but generally it's pretty good. With most of these games, they all seem to run like locked 60 FPS, so running your headset at 120 Hertz. So here I'm showing virtual desktop in the bottom left. Running them at 120 Hertz is the smoothest way to play, and it feels really good because the animations are all like 60 frames per second. Some of like the ending battles are like 30 frames a second, kind of stylistically so, to match like anime frame times, but they still look pretty good when you're in 120. And all these games are pretty light, so they're pretty easy to run like max settings, really high resolutions. They also just look gorgeous. There's loads of detail in the stages and things, especially looking at things like Guilty Gear. Looks really good. But yeah, lots to check out here. But yeah, because it's free to play, definitely try this with UEVR. Even if you're not into fighting games, it's fun to just look at. It's really beautiful. Some cool like photo mode stuff as well, really cool. Going on to Guilty Gear, NFET they just recently added has quite a lot of effects, especially her grab. There's like a bunch of effects and shadows that are only in one eye and the rest are black. That's actually solved by just going to sync sequential. There were a few characters, and I'll show it in a second. Ino had like a couple of moves where there'd be some shadows that were all black in one eye. Guilty Gear, I think for the most part you'll be playing on native, and it's like if you're using like the one stage, I think one of the new stages has a bunch of stuff in one eye as well. For the majority you can play it in native stereo, and sync sequential is completely fine as well. But yeah, this, as you can see before, same kind of issue with the UI as all the other Arc System Works games, and things like Dragon Ball Fighter Z, like anything like that from them has the same kind of issue, because they're all kind of the same game with different theming and things. Still very fun though, and they look super crisp. Again, just using them 120 Hertz. DNF Duel. Now we move on to DNF Duel. Hopefully you'll pick this up free today. It might have just ended if you're seeing this video. This was free on Epic Games Store today. They added a bunch of new characters recently, like the Brawler, Spectre, and the Battle Mage in their like character pass. And this runs really smoothly and 120 Hertz. And the stages are really beautiful, like really over and above in terms of like detail and things like that. Again, all of these things I've been able to play online. Yeah, the black, the mask of the text is odd. Yeah, hopefully maybe someone can figure out a fix for all this UI in all these games, because they all like have the same problem. Yeah, this wasn't too popular when it came out, so hopefully it being free, or at least today. I think it probably should go free to play though. I think it's going to really benefit Granblue Fantasy being free to play, and I mean with that it's going to have rotating characters that you'll be able to use free. So there'll be like who's like the Shoto, and then it'll rotate characters that you can use. I think it's like 3 or 4 you get at any one time, which honestly is enough. I mean, most people just stick to one character or a couple to learn. But yeah, if you want a game with like a lot of depth and you can just sit down and I mean a lot of people are like, oh well, can I not do 6 stop motion and like be the character? I mean, it's not really the point of fighting games like this. If you kind of want that, you don't really want to play games like this. You want another game like Blade and Sorcery or something. So I do see some weird comments like that asking for like, why isn't there first person 6 stop motion controls in these games? Well, you kind of don't want to. It's a different game. But yeah, fighting game fans are going to have a blast when it comes to UEVR's release. So many great fighting games. There's even some like really obscure ones like Omen of Sorrow, which is kind of like a Mortal Kombat clone. I'm going to check out the Steam sale. I think it drops in about 5 hours or so, but I'll make a video kind of going through recommendations for that. Just a pre-warning, don't get Mortal Kombat if it's on like a special sale, because that's really scuffed in VR. I checked it out recently again just to see if the problems from launch had been resolved, but no, it's very, very scuffed in native stereo. Loads of like shadows of your like assists, so avoid that one. But all these Arc System Works games definitely pick up, especially Granblue Fantasy. I really like that, even free to play. But if you buy the game, you just get all the characters and so like DLC, and yeah, really awesome stuff. I'm interested to see what the community do, because I have posted some videos of mixed reality with these games on my Twitter. Especially DNF Duel and Granblue and Guilty Gear Strive all have kind of like green screen stage mods, which work perfectly with kind of like the pass-through and virtual desktop. And they've got like free cam mods as well, so you're not following the action. But yeah, enjoy. Thanks for watching, everyone. It's been a long year of testing videos. Hopefully you will just try this soon. Fingers crossed, eh?